Hello, this is Brian Carter with the Wirth Law Office. In this video, I'm going to be exploring what your rights are if you find yourself involved with a DHS investigation. First off, you have the right to be informed about the investigation, notice of the investigation. It may not happen right away for reasons of safety of the child or other people involved, but you do have the right to be notified of the investigation and secondarily the reason for the investigation. Oftentimes the investigator won't divulge that information until they've had time to interview everybody and get their thoughts together on that. You also have the right to legal representation at any stage during a DHS investigation, and oftentimes this is beneficial when you're being interviewed or having a home visit. You have the right to participate in the investigation or not. Cooperation sometimes is beneficial and other times it is not, and that just depends on the circumstances, and this is something that goes above and beyond the scope of this visitation, but you do have the right to cooperate or not cooperate in the investigation. You also have, access to information regarding the investigation to some extent. You do also have the right to privacy. That is that, this investigation, it's not a public record that anybody can just get a hold of. Oftentimes DHS will want to come and do a home visit. And sometimes this is a good idea, sometimes it's a bad idea. Depends on the circumstances, but you do not have to give DHS permission to enter your home without a warrant. Oftentimes DHS too will give you various services if you need help with something, whether it be transportation, medical treatment for the children. You have the right to that. But however, you don't have to accept the services that are offered to you, and that's something to take into consideration also. But oftentimes the services that are offered are beneficial for everyone involved and is typically highly recommended. Another right you have is to challenge DHS and their allegations. And you can appeal findings should you be found to have a substantiated finding against you. You have a right to a hearing as well if the children are removed from the home. And that's a topic for another video. You also have the right to maintain a relationship with your child throughout this process, if in fact the children were removed from the home. And lastly, you have the right to be respected throughout this process. Oftentimes it may not feel like that when dealing with somebody from DHS, but you do have the right to retain your dignity and respect. Obviously, there's circumstances, emergent circumstances that may, result in a child being removed from the home without having, all the proper notice and everything. But again, that's an emergent situation. In conclusion, dealing with DHS it's tricky, whether or not to cooperate with them or not, but you do have rights. But in the event that you do find yourself involved in a DHS investigation and you have questions about that, we're happy to help. Again, Brian Carter with the Wirth Law Office. We can be reached at 918-932-2800 or at wirthlawoffice.com. Thank you.